In this video I'm going to show you how to turn old photographs into high energy gritty overlays to spice up your edits. In fact, they're the same techniques that I used to make this intro. So this all started when I bought this Fuji camera last year. I wanted something small and lightweight that I could use as like an everyday carry, and then got really into shooting JPEGs and using the film simulations and the built-in grain settings. Then I got really into doing these kind of slow shutter speed shots, making these kind of really gritty, abstract images. And it was at some point that I realised I could make some pretty epic overlays out of these images too. So I'm going to walk you through the techniques that I use to make these transitions, but I've also made a pack of 20 of them, which is available on my store right now, link in the description. So if you just want the overlays and you don't want the bother of having to make them all yourself, you can go and grab them from the store, and that also really helps the channel, so much appreciated if you do go and grab them. Also, if you want to make images like this yourself to use in your own compositions, I would recommend using a shutter speed of somewhere between a half to a quarter of a second, somewhere around then. Play around with that. And look for places where there is interesting light and reflections, city streets, fairgrounds, even shooting out of the window of a moving car works quite well, I've found. And lastly, be sure to add plenty of contrast and way more grain than feels reasonable. So here's clip 1, and for this one I used 2 photographs, which you can see here. I used the cloud shot as a base, placing 17 instances along the bottom, all 1 frame long, and zoomed into a different part of the image, scanning first from the left and then back from the right. Next I added the hatched image and made that 5 frames long. I zoomed in to make the hatching fill the screen and changed the composite mode to add, and then keyframed a bit of movement into the shot. This then gets duplicated 4 times, each with slightly different movement and flipped orientation. Next I copied an instance of this clip and made it 1 frame long and placed a few on track 3, keeping the composite mode as add and changing the framing of each. Finally, I went to the effects tab and grabbed a solid colour, made it 1 frame long and coloured off-white. Then I changed the opacity down to about 65% and popped a couple of these on the timeline as well. For this next clip I used 3 black and white images, which were all taken from the window of a plane. I really like the streaks of light at the bottom of this image, so I decided to use this as a base and a keyframe from left to right, focusing in on this area at the bottom here. So pop that on the bottom, make it about 20 frames long, then we'll zoom right in. So pop a keyframe at the start there, scan to the end, move the X position all the way over, and that's your first layer done. Next we'll grab this arrow picture. I really wanted to capitalise on the graphical nature of this image, but I also wanted to make it less recognisable. So pop that on the second track and make it 1 frame. Then change the composite mode to hard light, and we're going to zoom right into that one. Then we copy that across, so we've got 20 individual frames. Then we go through each one and just change the position up like this. You can also flip some of them, and we go through the whole lot like that. And what I'm looking for is just nice kind of graphical compositions for each one. So once they're all done, we have this. Then finally, to add a few pops, we'll grab the cloud image, make that 1 frame long, and we're gonna again zoom right in to try and abstract this a little bit. And for this one I'm just going to take the opacity down a tiny bit. This will just be 1 frame that flashes in. Copy and paste that to about halfway through. Let's paste another one. We're going to make that 2 frames, and I'm going to change the composite mode again to hard light. Copy and paste another one of those over here, and that gives us this. So we have these 3 images to play with. I really like this diagonal light streak on this one, so we're going to start with that. Pop it on the bottom here. Same as before, I'm going to make it 1 frame, and I'm going to zoom right in. Then I'm going to copy a load of these along the bottom here, and same as before, I'm going to go through changing the X and Y position for each so that they first flow one way and then the other. So that's going to give us this. Nice, lots of movement in there. That's exactly what we want. Next I'll pop down the light streaks and set the composite mode to add. Zoom in and position this how we want it in the frame. That looks good. Then I'm going to make it 2 frames, just copy and paste that every other. Then what I'm going to do is go in and just again change the position slightly of each one, just to mix it up as much as possible. That's looking good. And then finally we add this one on the top. We're going to drag that one all the way along the top like that, scale it up a little bit, and I really want to make sure I include that yellow in at the top there. Then we're going to keyframe that to add even more movement in, and finally change the composite mode to add, and that's going to give us this. So there's a little insight into some of the methods that I've used to make these. But as you can see, there's so much room for experimentation and playing around to find different results. Once you're happy with your edits, export them in the normal way, pop them in a folder, and then use them at strategic moments in your edits, either with composite modes to sort of blend them with the footage beneath, or changing the opacity, or you can even just use them as is sometimes. And what I often do is either speed them up or chop them down into even smaller bits to keep them nice and punchy. Have fun with that anyway, and I'll see you next time.